Bisonet, your pole setter, rolling them down into turn 3. Lights out, looking green flag off of turn 4. And finally, for the first time tonight, we are green flag racing with our Heat 1 of factory stocks. Got our 76 in Nino off to an early lead, followed by Bisonet. Now look at Terry Dumas on the bottom side, 1 and 2, taking third place away from the 13 of Melissa Bailey. Now here comes Ruben Brizard back in 5th, looking to take 4th away as they race through turns 3 and 4. But your leader, the 76 Nino, will lead your first lap. Meanwhile, Brizard all over the back bumper of Bailey down the front straightaway. Brizard looking bottom side through 1 and 2, but just not enough. Bailey with the run off the top, retaining 4th place. Having to check up a little bit down the back straightaway as they roll into turn 3. Brizard giving her a little tap through the corner, but it is not enough. Bailey keeping 4th place off of turn 4. Now here comes Brizard on the bottom of 1 and 2, trying to make a move for 4th off the corner. Contact in 1 and 2. Melissa Bailey goes around, but she keeps it going, and she's got a cut left rear tire. She's pulling it into the infield as Brizard books his way through turns 3 and 4. I don't believe that was intentional. The track is very slick right now, and he just slid right up into her. But it looks like our leaders are starting to gain a little speed. Nino, Bisonet, and Dumas slowly pulling away from everybody else. Brizard trying to track down Dumas, who is running 3rd right now. We've got 4 down and 4 to go. Brizard making up a lot of ground that lap on the 55D of Terry Dumas as they race off of turn 2. Coming off of turn 4 now, Brizard about a car length back from Dumas as he looks topside. Now all over his bumper through 1 and 2. Slow is fast. Excellent throttle control through the corners. Gets Brizard all the way up to the back bumper of Dumas as they now race down into turn 3. Dumas pushing up. Meanwhile, your leader coming across. We have 2 laps to go. As your top 4 race through turns 1 and 2. Dumas starting to find a handle now, opening up a gap on the 51 of Brizard. Here comes the 76 Nino, your leader, taking the white flag. We have 33 Espadaro, your pole setter, rolling him down into turn 3. Now off of turn 4, our heat race number 2 of factory stocks is green flag racing. Oh, Spadaro up and into Baker, entering turn 1. They both keep it straight. Baker, your leader, off of turn 2. Now here comes Simmons looking topside and walling down the back straightaway, but it will not be enough. Now racing down into turn 3, we have Grant Wallen pushing way up, falling back to 4th. Now door-to-door with Simmons off of turn 4 for 3rd place. Baker, Spadaro, Simmons, your top 3. Wallum trying bottom side again, but pushing back up the track. Now here he comes on the bottom side, on down the back straightaway with a huge run. Racing down into turn 3, door to door with the 54 of Simons. Now racing off of turn 4. Simons not giving an inch. Slamming the door on him off of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Now here comes Morowski looking to make it a 3-car battle as they race down into turn 1, taking 4th place away from Wallum. As they race off of turn 2 into the back straightaway. Sam Spadaro with a huge run, getting all the way to the back bumper of Baker. Now Morowski looking bottom side of 3 and 4. Looking to take 3rd place away from Simons, but Simons slamming the door once again off of turn 4. Now here comes Wallen down the front straightaway, down into turn 1, looking top shelf through 1 and 2. Taking 4th place back from Morowski. As your top four race down the back straightaway, Wallem with a huge run down into turn 3. Little bit of contact as they race through turns 3. Now coming off of turn 4, Baker, Spadaro. Now Simmons up top down the front straightaway for second. Now down into turn 1, Simmons on the top shelf, Spadaro falling back to third. Now here comes Morowski in the 88 machine. Off of turn 2, taking second place away down the back straightaway. Now here comes Simmons all the way up on the cushion through 3 and 4 contact. Simmons, your new leader. Now Morowski looking bottom side off of turn 4, but it will not be enough. Baker falling back to second place.
Charles Simmons, number 54.
Simmons, your new leader, followed by Baker and Morowski. Spadaro was running second, now back to fourth. Then followed by Grant Wallem in the 26 machine. Coming off of turn 4, your leader, the number 54 of Simmons. We have 2 laps to go. Morowski all over the back bumper of Baker through turns 1 and 2. A little squirrely, but now getting a run down the back straightaway as they race door to door down into turn 3. Contact for the second place spot, racing through turns 3. Now off at turn 4, Morowski moves up to second. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Simmons, your leader. Morowski in second, hot on his trail. As they race off of turn 4, Morowski with another huge run off the back straightaway, about a half car length behind your leader. As he's all over his back bumper, racing through 3 and 4. But the number 54 of Simmons will come off your heat race number 2 winner. Got our leader Fields rolling them down into turn 3, lights out, looking green flag action off of turn 4, and we are sprint car racing. As they roar down the front straightaway, White out to the early lead as they race down through 1 and 2, and we got 1 car up and into the cushion. Seeing that dirt fly. Little contact in the back of the pack. Down the back straightaway. Now here comes Field looking bottom side off of turn 4 for the lead, but it will not be enough. White with a good run off the cushion, keeping the lead. But here comes the number 3 of Colt. Through 1 and 2, looking to take second place away. Now your 3 leaders race down the back straightaway. White, Fields, Colt, your top 3. White and Fields pulling away from the rest of the pack. Got the number 75 car up and into the cushion on turn 4, keeps it going. Looks like maybe a battle for third about to go down between Jones and about 3 car lengths apart now as they race down into turn 3. Colt with making up huge ground through 3 and 4 on your leaders. Now racing down the front straightaway. We have 4 down, 4 to go. Colt pushing the cushion all the way around the track. Now roaring down the back straightaway down into turn 3. Colt and Jones catching up to your 2 leaders. Looking to make some moves in the last 3 laps of this race. Here comes Jones looking bottom side of 1 and 2. Making a pass for third on Colt, but Colt up and onto the cushion. Stopped at the top of turn 2. Now rolling into turn 3, now out of turn 4. Paul White, your leader. Starting the race once again, we are green flag as they race down into turn 1. Now here comes Jones looking to make a move for second through 1 and 2, but it will not be enough. Fields get to run through the middle of the corner. Jones looking bottom side for 3 and 4 once again, but here comes Field off the bottom for the lead, but it is not enough. 1W White still your leader. Oh, Jones almost around off of turn 2, way squirrely. 98K of Fields will try the bottom once again, but it will not be enough. White, your leader off of turn 4. We have 2 laps to go. We got a nice battle brewing here for the lead. White and Fields duking it out for the top spot with 1 lap to go off of turn 4. As the white flag is waving, Fields looking bottom side of White as they race down into turn 1. Here comes the 0 for Jones, looking to join the mix, but pushing way up off of turn 2. The number 1W White, your leader, top shelf off of turn 4. Fields looking bottom, but it will not be enough. Harrell now leading the pack down into turn 3. We have a lights out as they roll through the middle of the corner. We have green flag racing for little contact already down the front straightaway. Now racing down into turn 1 and 2. Off the corner, Harrell will be your leader, followed by Siliker and Melton, your top 3. Now off of turn 4, we have 1 lap in the books. Harrell, your first lap leader. We got them all bunched up here. Melton with a good run off of turn 2, all over the back bumper of Siliker, who's running that white 24 machine, who's looking bottom side off of turn 4. But it will not be enough for the lead as Harrell gets a run off the top groove. Now looking top shelf through 1 and 2. The lime green machine, the 24T of Harrell, your race leader. Now here comes Siliker on the bottom of turn 4. Once again down the front straightaway. It will not be enough, but here he goes top side through 1 and 2. Door-to-door racing off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. The number 24 Siliker, your new leader. Contact entering turn 3. Harrell sideways but keeps it going straight. The white number 24 of Siliker will be your new leader. And now we will have a 4-car battle for second as they are all bunched up off of turn 2. Siliker and Melton. Harrell and Melton now duking it out for second place now off of turn 4. Held up top. Melton on the bottom. Here comes Zimmerman looking to join the mix. 3 wide through 1 and 2. As they battle for 4th place down the back straightaway, racing down into turn 1. Floyd and Zimmerman duking it out for the number 4 spot behind Melton. Now here comes Zimmerman up top. Now looking bottom side through turn 1, looking to take 3rd place away from Michelle Melton in the 21 machine. Zimmerman looking top side through 3 and 4 with a huge run off the cushion. Taking 3rd place away from Michelle Melton. We have 1 lap to go. Now Zimmerman down to the bottom of turn 1. Helton and Michelle crossing them up off to turn 2. Zimmerman falling back to 4th, but now looking top shelf once again through 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Siliker, your leader. Zimmerman taking 2 spots off of turn 4. Stevens now rolling the field down into turn 3, lights out, looking green flag racing. This time around, we have heat race number 3 of our sprint underway. We got door-to-door action already. Ricketts and Stevens duking it out for the top spot. Racing down into turn 1. Ricketts up and over the cushion. Stevens taking off down the back straightaway. Stevens was pushing a little bit through 3 and 4. Here comes Chase Parson off the cushion at turn 4. Ricketts, the number 5 machine, looking to make another run as he's up once again off of turn 2. The number 6. Oh, my bad. Meanwhile, here comes Stevens, your leader. We have 2 laps in the book now. Parson in 2nd and Wesp in 3rd. Your 3 leaders. Stevens checking out from the rest of the field. Here comes Parson throwing it in hard in the top shelf. Racing through turns 3 and 4. Wesp with the number 9 TX making up some ground for 2nd place. Parson pushing up through 1 and 2. Wesp with a huge run off the corner. All over the back bumper of Parson now. Yellow flag out. 1 around. Stevens now starting it off at turn 4. We have green flag racing once again. Racing down into turn 1. Parsons pushing up through 1 and 2, opening up the door for Wesp down the back straightaway, but he will not have enough of a run as they go down into turn 3. Ricketts looking top shelf, but pushing way up off of turn 4. So we have 4 down, 4 laps to go, and heat race number 3. Parson way up off of turn 2. Wesp with a huge run racing down the back straightaway into turn 3. The number 9 car looking bottom side of turn 4. A little bit of contact down the front straightaway, but they both keep it going. Parson way up and into the cushion. West down on the bottom off of turn 2, taking second place away. Meanwhile, your leader, the 99X of Stevens, pulling away from the rest. Go. And Parson, your top 3, comes away third place. Stevens to the 99X machine off the turn 4 down the front straightaway. We have a little lap to go. Your leader with almost a straightaway lead as he races down into turn 3. Now off of turn 4, Stevens races across the stripe. He'll be our heat race number 3 winner. Any 6 can win on any given night. Justin Wurianga, can't forget about him, but we are lights out now. And we are green flag racing off of turn 4 as Votaw out to the early lead. 3 wide now racing down into turn 1. But Votaw taking the lead. Now we have 3 wide again off of turn 2. Votaw, Braddock, and Kelly, your top 3. But here comes Braddock looking bottom side off of turn 4, but it will not be enough. Number 69 of Votaw out to the early lead. Now here comes Braddock with a run off of 1 and 2. Votaw slamming the door on him as your 2 leaders opening up a gap on the field already. And Kelly all the way up into the cushion to the middle of 3 and 4. So here comes the Bissonette off of turn 4 down the front straightaway into turn 1. 5th to 3rd and 1 quarter, and Wurianga getting around contact with Wade White. Doesn't seem to be any major damage. We're still green flag racing. Votaw, Braddock, Bissonette, your top 3. As they keep them going. Wurianga now falling all the way back to 8th place. As Votaw and Braddock catching up to Jones for lap traffic. We have 4 down, 4 to go already in this heat race event. Your 2 leaders nose to tail racing down into turn 3. Votaw and Braddock duking it out for first place. Down the front straightaway. So here they go, splitting a lap car down the back straightaway. Votaw, still your leader, racing down into turn 3, as they will have 2 laps to go this time around. Now here comes Braddock looking bottom side off at turn 2, but just not enough of a run. Now racing into turn 3 off of turn 4. They will have 1 lap to go. White flag waving. Votaw, Braddock, Bissonette, your top 3 here. As we have Kelly, White, and Spillman duking it out for 4th. Number 69 of Votaw off of turn 4, who will be our heat race winner. Newberry in that 11S machine, now rolling them into turn 3, lights out. Should have green flag flying off of turn 4. And heat race number 1 of our sport compacts is underway in 3 wide already. Pam Wizenette wasting no time in that 01 machine. Going from 4th to 2nd before turn 1. Now here comes Clifton Wizenette down the back straightaway. Moving up to 4th now, Brian Bajan up top through turns 3 and 4, looking to take 2nd place away from Pam. As they race off of turn 4, Bajan will take 2nd. Pam falling back to 3rd. Now door to door with Clifton Wizenette through turns 1 and 2. Little bit of contact through 1 and 2. Pamela Wizenette getting looped around, but keeps it going. No harm, no foul. Newberry, Bajan, Wizenette, your top 3. As they race down into turn 1, Newberry in the 11S, your leader. But Bajan looking to make a move in that 45 machine. About a car length behind as they race down the back straightaway into turn 3. A little bit of a kiss now off of turn 4. As Bayesian trying to get a run in that 45 machine to make a pass for first. As both of them pull away from third place of Clifton Wizenette. Bayesian looking top side off of turn 4, but it will not be enough of a run. Newberry, Bayesian, Wizenette, Sessions, and Bukowski are top 5. As they will have 3 laps to go as they cross the stripe this time around. Some smoke coming out of the back of Pinky there as they race through, as he entered turn 1. And now going into 3, but we'll have 2 laps to go. Newberry still your leader, followed by Bayesian and Wizenette, who have opened up a huge gap on the rest of the field. Now here comes Bayesian with a run through 3 and 4, almost catching the back bumper of Newberry, but we have white flag waving, 1 lap to go with our first heat race of these sport compacts. And now Bayesian, that 45 machine, right on the bumper of Newberry down the back straightaway. Racing down into turn 3. Now looking bottom side off of turn 4, getting squarely. Newberry slamming the door. Rolling them down into turn 3. We have a lights out. Hoping to get this second heat race underway. Now off of turn 4, and we are back to racing once again. And here comes Clifton looking bottom side, way sideways in 1 and 2. Saves it and keeps it going straight. Toller, currently your leader. Now here comes Julia Childs in that 0-2 machine with a big run down the back straightaway. Now Howard Watson making a pass for 4th. Childs all over the back of Clifton off of turn 4, trying to take away 2nd place. As they race down into turn 1 now. Childs with a run, looking top side down the back straightaway. Now racing down into turn 3. Clifton and Childs duking it out for the 2nd spot. A little bit of contact through the corner. Both of them getting squarely, but keeping it going straight. Both those cars bouncing around a whole lot through 1 and 2. Childs with another tap off of turn 2. But it will not be enough, so she tries to make it door-to-door down into turn 3. Childs up top. Clifton on the bottom, pushing way up off of turn 4, but Childs will come out in 2nd place. 47C of Clifton falling back to 2nd. Julia Childs in that 0-2 machine now setting her sights on Jeff Toller, as she has a huge run down the back straightaway. Now all over the back of 18 of Toller off of turn 4 down the front straightaway. They have 4 down, 4 to go. All over the back of Toller now, giving them a couple of taps into the corner, but not close enough to give him one coming out as she goes bottom side down the back straightaway. What a run. Now racing down into turn 3, pushing up the track. Here comes Toller, crossing her over off of turn 4. But it'll not be enough. Julia Childs with a good run off the top side. Now your leader, but here comes the 47C of Clifton looking to take 2nd place away from Toller as they race off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Clifton up top, Toller on the bottom, racing down into turn 3. Childs now with a huge lead already, taking the white flag, 1 to go. As Clifton moves up to 2nd, Toller falling back to 3rd. Julia Childs with a heck of a race car here tonight. Already with a half straightaway lead after her 2 laps of leading. Those 2 Childs now racing through 3 off of turn 4. 1 lap to go now. My apologies. 1 lap to go. Childs your leader, followed by the 47C of Clifton, the 18 of Toller, and the 11H of Watson. And here she comes off of turn 4, the number 02 of Julia Childs, your heat race number 2 IMCA Sport Compact winner. Armstrong now lights out, rolling them through 3, now coming out of 4. As we are Dwarf Car racing now off of turn 4. Villanueva Jr. wasting no time, jumping all the way up to 3rd. Armstrong, Mayfield, Villanueva, your top 3. Now racing down into turn 3 off of turn 4. Armstrong second, slowing up a bit. Mayfield making up a lot of ground through the corner. Now Mayfield looking bottom side through 1 and 2, but it is not enough. Armstrong the second with a run off the corner, but here comes Mayfield off the bottom, racing door to door down into turn 3. Mayfield sliding her up in front of Armstrong, but here comes Armstrong crossing him up off the corner. Mayfield will be your new leader. Armstrong falling back to 2nd. Armstrong Jr. in 3rd, and we have a caution out. And we are back to green flag racing now. Once again, Mayfield off to an early lead. 154 making a move up to 2nd, but here comes Armstrong down the back straightaway. So we are lights out, and we are back to some green flag action now off of turn 4. Armstrong the second out to the lead, as Mayfield will look to chase him down as they race through turns 1 and 2. Charles Armstrong the second, not playing around. After this restart, not letting Mayfield catch up to him and pass him by. As your 2 leaders have left the field. Now Mayfield pushing way up, losing quite a bit of ground through 1 and 2, but getting a huge run down the back straightaway now. Racing into turn 3 up on the cushion through turns 3, now coming off of turn 4. Armstrong, Mayfield, Covey, your top 3. One X of Mayfield slowly closing the gap, now looking bottom side through turns 3 and 4. But Armstrong the second with a run off the top, keeping the lead. Oh, now Covey down into the infield, losing 3rd to Jackson. And the number 23 machine. They have 4 down, 4 to go. Mayfield still trying for the top spot, looking bottom side once again, but Armstrong with too much of a run now. Now passing Matthew Covey, lap traffic in that 18 machine. Mayfield closing up that gap, now looking bottom side off of turn 4. Armstrong with another run off that cushion. It will not be enough. We have 2 laps to go. As Mayfield tries the bottom once again. Racing down the back straightaway, down into turn 3. Armstrong running mid-groove, Mayfield on the bottom, now coming across the stripe. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Mayfield, Armstrong, nose to tail through 1 and 2. Now off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. We'll see if lap traffic will play a factor here. Armstrong having to check up for Jackson, but keeping the lead off of turn 4. Now as Donaghy rolls him into turn 3. That blue and number 42 machine rolling off of turn 4. We are green flag racing for heat race number 2. Thiel out to the early lead, followed by McKelvey. A lot of spark in that car as he loops around in 1 and 2. We'll see if he can keep it going. And we'll keep it going, no harm, no foul. Green flag racing. Thiel out to an early huge lead, followed by Sisk and Donaghy. As we have 1 lap in the books now. Number 21 of John Thiel already out to a half straightaway lead. As we now have our 2nd lap down. Number 24, Marshall McKelvey way back in the back. See if he can make up some ground in this race after looping it in the first corner. Now battle for third now. Tunnel and Donaghy duking it out. Now racing through 3 and 4. Donaghy pushing way up off of turn 4. Here comes Tunnel on the bottom. Racing past the flag stand. Tunnel moving up to third. Now Dean Kennedy in the 55 machine. Little contact in 1 and 2. Kennedy looking bottom side down the back straightaway, taking 4th place away. Donaghy now falling back to 5th after starting on the pole. McKelvey now up to 6th. Meanwhile, the 21 of John Thiel more than a straightaway lead. As crossing the stripe, he will have 3 laps to go. Sisk and Tunnel are 2nd and 3rd. As Tunnel making up some ground on Sisk. Looking to make it a battle for 2nd in these last few remaining laps. As your leader comes across the stripe now, we have 2 laps to go. Thiel also now approaching lap traffic. Tunnel all over the back of Thiel now down the front straightaway, racing down into turn 1. Tunnel looking bottom side of 1 and 2. Sisk up top. But here comes your leader. We have 1 lap to go. John Thiel in the 21 machine with a half-track lead over 2nd. As he Cadillacs it off of turn 2. As we'll have a battle for 2nd on our last lap with Tunnel and Sisk. But here comes your leader, the number 21 of John Thiel off of turn 4. He'll be our heat race number 2 winner by half a track. Lights out now for Chase Doty and the rest of the pack. Rolling off the corner out of turn 4. We got the green flag flying. We are racing once again. Chase Doty catching him napping with an enormous jump off the start. Villanueva moving up to 2nd. Barber falling back to 3rd. Doty with a half straightaway lead already. And now we got a 3-car battle. Holtman, Mayfield, and Barber duking it out for 3rd off of turn 4. Holtman taking 3rd place away as they race down the front straightaway, now racing through turns 1 and 2. Holtman going from last to 3rd on the first lap of the race. Doty with a huge lead, followed by Villanueva, Holtman, Mayfield, and Barber, your top 5. We have 2 laps in the book now. The 2X of Chase Doty continues to stretch his lead, while the 999 of Holtman starts tracking down the number 20 of Villanueva. As we have 5 laps to go. Battle in the back of the pack between Barber and the 05 of Ragsdale. Crossing the stripe now is your leader. We have 4 down, 4 to go. Down the number 9 of Mayfield slowing down the back straightaway. We'll see if he can make it off the track. Keep it green flag racing. So that means Barber will move up to 4th. Now Ragsdale up to 4th. Barber back to 5th. As they battle for the number 5 spot now. Barber and Barber duking it out in the back of the pack for 5th. Now here comes Chase Doty catching up to lap traffic off of turn 4. We'll have 2 laps to go. Doty looking topside through lap traffic. Clears both the Barbers in the first corner. In 2nd we have Villanueva, and in 3rd we have Holtman in the 999 machine. Here comes your leader rolling off of turn 4. We have white flag waving, 1 lap to go. And a straightaway back, we have the number 20 of Michael Villanueva and the 999 of Holtzman. And off of turn 4, your heat race number 3 winner, the 2X of Chase Doty. Rolling them into turn 3. We're looking lights out. Now rolling through turn 4. Our first feature of the night is underway. Sam Spadaro out to the early lead. Morowski top side. Racing down into turn 1. A lot of beating and banging through the corner. 3 wide. Coming off of turn 2. Spadaro still your leader. We got Baker and Simons duking it out through 3 and 4 for third place. Here comes Morowski on the bottom of 4, challenging your leader of Spadaro. Racing now into turn 1. Morowski on the bottom, Spadaro up top. Racing off the corner, the number 33 is Spadaro with a run off the cushion. Morowski slowly falling back, but now fighting back on the bottom side of turns 3 off of turn 4, but it will not be enough. Sam Spadaro will still be your leader. Here comes Morowski trying to cross him up off of turn 2. But Spadaro with too big of a run off the corner. Now racing into turn 3. Morowski looking top side off of turn 4. Morowski with the run off the top. It'll not be enough. Door to door once again, racing off of turn 2. Spadaro with another good run. Now battle for 4th. We have Bisonet and Nino. Nino on the bottom of turn 3. Bisonet up top. Baker in the middle. Racing off of turn 4. Bisonet will come off in 4th place. Nino falling back to 5th. Now Bisonet looks to take away 3rd from Shelby Baker in that 33K machine. Racing down into turn 3. Bisonet looking top shelf. Baker running the mid groove off of turn 4. Spadaro, Morowski, Baker, Bisonet, and Nino, your top 5. Now here comes Bisonet with the run on the top groove. Off of turn 2, taking 3rd place away from Baker. Racing door to door down the back straightaway, now into turn 3. Contact entering turn 3. Baker losing a little bit of ground. Morowski still trying top side repeatedly, but Spadaro with too much of a run off the mid groove. Morowski door to door now with Spadaro off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Bisonet all over the back bumper of Morowski as they enter turn 3. Morowski with the huge run into turn 3 off of turn 4, door to door duking it out for first place. Spadaro on the bottom, Morowski up top in that red 88 machine. Spadaro chokes in the middle of 1 and 2. Losing 2 spots, Morowski your new leader. Bisonet in 2nd, Spadaro in 3rd. Baker in 4th, and Terry Dumas now up to 5th. Now, battle brewing in mid-pack. We got Nino and Dumas duking it out for 5th. While your leaders go at it once again, Dumas tried bottom but got cut off by Morowski as they now race through turns 3 coming off of turn 4. Morowski, Bisonet, Spadaro, Baker, Nino, your top 5. We got Ruben Brazard in the 51 machine looped around at turns 3 and 4. Up against the tire, Morowski up and over the cushion at turn 2. But a caution flag is out. Looking green flag any time of his choosing. And now racing into turn 3, we are green flag once again. Morowski catching him napping. Got a great jump on the rest of the field. Bisonet quickly closing the gap now. Now a battle for 3rd. We got Terry Dumas topside down the back straightaway. On the outside of Spadaro, little contact, sparks flying. Now Dumas looking bottom side off of turn 4, crossing him up for 3rd place as they pass the flag stand. Morowski, Bisonet, and Dumas, your top 3. Here comes Mill Irons in the 29 machine down the back straightaway up to 7th after starting in the back of the pack. As he's now setting his sights on 6th, and no, he loses a lot of ground pushing way up in turn 4. As he looks to battle back now on the outside of Bailey and Nino. Baker racing hard down into turn 3. Looking for a mistake from Spadaro, try to sneak that 4th spot away. Morowski, Bisonet, Dumas, still your top 3. Here comes Baker topside off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. With Spadaro with a good run off the mid corner, holding her off. But now here she comes off the bottom of turn 4, making it door to door. racing past the flag stand. It will not be enough. Baker again. Morosky and Bisonet in sync, not losing or gaining ground on each other. As your leader rolls off of turn 2, we have 2 laps to go in our factory stock main event. Here comes Baker looking topside of Spadaro once again. Looking topside of Spadaro, racing down into turn 3. Coming off of turn 4, here comes the 88 of Morosky taking the white flag. 1 lap to go. Followed by Bisonet and Dumas in 3rd. Baker taking 4th from Spadaro. Now racing down the back straightaway, your leader with about a 5-car length lead. Racing down into turn 3, the number 88 of Morosky. Coming off the corner, he will be your factory stock A main event winner. The 88 of Morosky, followed by the 818 of Dumas, the 55. Followed by the 818 of Bisonet, the 55D of Dumas, the 33K of Baker, and the 33 of Spadaro. Now Stevens rolling the field down into turn 3. We have lights out. Off of turn 4, we have sprint car action underway. Roaring past the flag stand down into turn 1. Stevens and Siliker 3 wide off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Stevens still your leader, racing down into turn 3, coming off of turn 4. Silker still your leader. Zimmerman down on the bottom looking to take the lead away. Racing down through turns 1 and 2. Zimmerman, your new leader as they race down the back straightaway. Oh, contact in 3 and 4. Jones around. And we are back with some sprint car action off of turn 4. Green flag waving. A little bit of contact through 1 and 2. Here comes Wesp on the bottom, taking 3rd away from Siliker. Now Paul White taking 4th away. Zimmerman still your leader, followed by Stevens. Got a lot of action back in the pack, a lot of contact going on. Got the O2 machine pulling into the infield now. Zimmerman opening up a gap. White and Wesp going at it off of turn 4 for 3rd place. Zimmerman with about a half straightaway lead on Stevens. Number 24, Siliker, falling all the way back to what I believe is 6th. Chase Parson all over the back bumper, looking to make a move to take that spot away. Now here comes Parson off the bottom of a turn 2, making a move on Siliker. As they race down the back straightaway, Parson up to 6th. Siliker now down to 7th. We still got them all bunched up in the back of the pack. Your leader with a huge gap on the 2nd place of Stevens. White on the back bumper of West, waiting for a bobble to make a move. And now he looks bottom side, racing down into turn 1. West closing the door, but here comes White with not enough of a run on the bottom. Now getting a run down the back straightaway. White on the bottom down into turn 3. West up top, door to door. West keeping 3rd place. Paul White banging on his door. Every corner now moved by White down the back straightaway for 3rd. White up to 3rd. West down to 4th. As he now sets his sights on 2nd. Meanwhile, Michelle Melton in the 21 machine also pulling into the infield for some mechanical issues. Zimmerman, your leader, still opening a gap. White closing the gap on Stevens for 2nd place. A lot of action going on now in the back of the pack. A couple of cars still beating and banging for some spots in the back of the field. They have 10 laps down, 10 to go. As your leader Zimmerman rolls off of turn 2, now looking at lap traffic. As he's up on top through 3 and 4. Not been way back in mid-pack. Was at the 24, 24T. and 2 other sprints. I cannot tell their numbers from here. Now racing off of turn 4. We have 2 of them door to door down the front straightaway. We have the 58, the 24T, and the 24, while duking it out in mid-pack. Meanwhile, your leader Zimmerman stuck behind some lap traffic. So Stevens is closing the door on your leader, and Paul White closing the gap on both. Looks like the 24T. Oh, 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide, not for long now. Some hectic battling mid-pack. Now we got a group of 6 racing down into the corner. Rolling off of turn 2, now we have 4 of them beating and banging for position. 24T leading the small pack off of turn 4. Followed by the 3, the 75, the 24, the 5R, and the 58. Zimmerman still stuck behind some black traffic. So is Stevens, and he hops a tire in turn 1. He loses a lot of ground to Zimmerman. White gains a lot of ground. No, tire hop in 3 and 4. Zimmerman starting mid-corner. We are green flag racing off of turn 4. Zimmerman, Stevens, White, your top 3. Here comes Parson looking bottom side. Contact off of 2. Both guys keep the cars going straight. Parson falling back to 6th place. As your 3 leaders race off the corner now. The number 10 machine of DeBrick, a huge mover, started 18th and now up to 4th. We now a battle for 2nd with Stevens and White off of turn 4. White getting the run off the bottom, taking 2nd place away from the 99X of Stevens. Paul White now setting his sights on Zimmerman, who is in the lead. The number 10 car of DeBrick is on a mission. Now looking to make a pass for 3rd. He started 18th, now running 4th. DeBrick all over the back of Stevens through 1 and 2, now racing down the back straightaway into turn 3. Both cars hugging the bottom while your leader comes across. We have 2 laps to go. Oh, we got 1 car around, up and into a tire. Zimmerman now rolling him off at turn 4. We are green flag racing once again. We'll have 2 laps to go now. They're all scrunched up, racing down through turns 1 and 2. We'll see if Paul White can make a move for the lead. Here comes DeBrick on the bottom, racing down into turn 3, stealing 3rd away from Stevens. Now rolling off of turn 4, we have 2 laps to go. Zimmerman, White, DeBrick, your top 3. Yeah, rolling now through the corner. Zimmerman opening up a gap. DeBrick slowly closing the gap on White. We have 3 leaders rolling off of turn 4. We have white flag, 1 lap to go. Zimmerman in the lead, followed by White into DeBrick. Zimmerman slowly opening up the gap, racing through turns 3. Here comes Paul White, but it will not be enough off of turn 4. The 1X of Zimmerman will be your Power Eye Elite non-wing feature winner. Leading them through turns 3 and 4. Green flag racing. Bisonet off to the early lead. Going topside. Mike Kelly getting looped around at 1 and 2. Contact on the back straightaway. White rolls them down into turn 3. We are green flag racing off of turn 4. Door-to-door action all ready for the lead. Bisonet and Wade White going at it for the top spot. Racing through 1, now off of 2. Bisonet with a huge run off that mid-groove. A lot of smoke coming off of Brad as he runs 3rd place. Wade, the first lap of the race. Bisonet right on his tail, followed by Braddock and Spillman. Now here comes Bisonet looking bottom side down the back straightaway. Now racing down into 3 and 4. Wade up top. Bisonet on the bottom. Wade will keep the lead off the corner across the stripe. White, Bisonet, Braddock, Spillman, Kelly, your top 5. Bisonet all over the back bumper of White, but can't get his nose up in there enough for a tap. But a lot of smoke out of the 56 of Braddock. Hopefully he's not leaking oil. He can finish this race out, but it's getting worse by the lap. Wade White, followed by the 07D of Dennis Bisonet. Then the 56 of Ricky Braddock, the 44Z of Joe Spillman, and the 5 of Mike Kelly are your top 5. There, here comes Voton, the 69 down the front shoe, looking to join the pack. As your top 4 are single file, banging the bottom all the way around the track. Voton now joining us as he races down into turn 3. Meanwhile, the 68 of Wade White opening up a gap on the 07D of Dennis Bisonet. Braddock now closing the gap on Bisonet, getting up and personal with him through the corners. Maybe give him a little love tap, loosen him up and sneak under. But he just can't make it to the back bumper of that 07D machine. Looks like the 69 of Voton has left us again, but here comes Ricky bottom side down the back straightaway, racing down into turn 3. A little bit of contact with the 07D. Off of turn 4, the number 56 of Braddock will take second. Bisonet falling back to third. Now looking bottom side through 1 and 2, but Braddock slams the door off the corner. Wade White catching the 25 of Jones for some lap traffic off of turn 4 on the top shelf. As I believe they have 7 laps to go this time by. White with about a half straightaway lead, followed by Braddock, Bisonet, and Spillman, your top 4. As all 3 of them now catch up to Jody Jones, looking to pass in contact. Getting stacked up, Braddock into the back of Jones. Having a check up and then a domino effect with Bisonet and Spillman right behind them. Have now put a good sized gap between second and third and fourth. White now opens his lead to a straightaway as he races through turns 1 and 2. Bisonet closing the gap now, looking to make a move on Braddock before this race is over. A whole lot of smoke coming out of that 56 machine, now racing through turns 3 off of turn 4. They have 3 laps to go this time by. Bisonet back on the back bumper of Braddock, now off of turn 2. Can't get enough of a run to stick his nose in there though, as Braddock stretches his second place gap back out. They have 2 laps to go now as your leader just crossed the stripe. Wade White, your race leader, racing into turn 3 now, off of turn 4. He'll have the white flag waving, 1 lap to go. As your leader now races into turn 1, middle of 1 and 2. Here comes Braddock, Bisonet, and Spillman, 2, 3, and 4. Wade White in this 68 machine racing down into turn 3. Coming off of the corner, your street stock feature winner is going to be the number 68 of Wade White. We'll pick one and I'll tell you if it's taken. Now here they go racing door to door now. Down the front straightaway, down into turn 1. We got the 47C sideways down into a tire. But he keeps it going. We'll stay green flag. The 11S of Scott Newberry will be your leader, followed by the 18 of Jeff Toller and the number 10 of Clifton Wizenette. We're still green flag racing here. Got some battles in the back of the pack. Bajent, Childs, Sessions, Bukowski duking it out mid-pack. Oh, a lot of contact off of turn 2. Sessions, Bukowski, and Bajent all getting into each other off the corner. Bukowski slowing way down on the back straightaway. Sessions losing a lot of spots. Scott Newberry still your leader, followed by the 18 of Jeff Toller, the number 10 of Wizenet, the 11H of Watson, and the 45 of Bajent. As your field starts to space out now, we have Scott Newberry, still your leader. Now here comes Wizenet making a pass on the bottom for second place. Toller and Wizenet door-to-door off the corner, down the back straightaway. Wizenet with a huge run down into turn 3. Wizenet moving up to second, Toller back to third. So we got a front bumper down in the middle of 1 and 2. I believe it is Rick Sopp with that 59 machine. 11S of Scott Newberry running away with the feature race. Oh, we got Wizenet sideways almost around after some contact with Toller, but they keep it going straight. Newberry with about a half straightaway lead here as they cross the stripe. Newberry, Wizenet, Toller, Watson, and Bajent, your top 5. Julia Trials fighting to break the top 5 as she ran away with her heat race. She finished second in her heat race. As your leader is now coming up on some lap traffic, the 59 of Rick Sopp. Clifton Wizenet making some big moves, closing the gap on your leader of Scott Newberry. Coming off of turn 4 now. We have 8 down and 7 to go. The 11S of Scott Newberry is your leader, followed by the number 10 of Clifton Wizenet and the 18 of Jeff Toller. Duking it out for fourth is the 45 of Bajent and the 11H of Watson. Door-to-door off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Watson up top, Bajent on the bottom as they enter turn 3. Both drivers racing hard into the corner. Bajent pushing up into Watson. 3 wide off the corner with the lap car. Racing now down into turn 1. Watson still up top. Bajent on the bottom. Your leaders catching up to another lap car, but Bajent on the bottom, door-to-door, racing for fourth down the back straightaway into turn 3. 45 on the bottom, 11H up top as they exit turn 4. Neither driver giving an inch all the way around this track as Bajent enters turn 1 sideways but gets it going straight. Here comes Watson with a run off the top groove, making it door-to-door once again down the back straightaway. Racing through turns 3, Bajent pushing up off of turn 4. Watson not able to reach his door once again. Newberry, Wizenet, and Toller, your top 3. Bajent moving up to 4th, Watson in 5th. Now here comes Julia Childs in 6th. Julia Childs now making a move on the bottom side of turn 4, looking to break the top 5. As she goes door-to-door down the front straightaway with the 11H of Watson. Racing down into turn 1 on the bottom side, hugging the tires. Watson up top. Off of turn 2, she is door-to-door with the 11H down the back straightaway into turn 3. Now setting her sights on 4th as she has broke the top 5. Julia Childs now looks to the bottom of Brian Bajent in the 45. On the bottom of turn 1, you got the 0-2 of Julia Childs. Up top is the 45 of Brian Bajent. Off of turn 2, Bajent has a run off a cushion, but here comes Julia Childs battling back on the bottom. We have 2 laps to go as your leader crosses the stripe. Clifton Wizenet slowly closing the gap. Off of turn 4, they look to split the lap car and go 3 wide. Julia on the bottom through 1 and 2. Bajent way up over turn 2. Getting a run down the back straightaway, going 3 wide past a lap car. Meanwhile, Scott Newberry takes the white flag. We have 1 lap to go. Childs moves up to 3rd, Bajent in 5th. Your leader making his way down the back straightaway is going to be the 11S of Scott Newberry as he races through turns 3 and off of turn 4. We got the 11S of Scott Newberry, your feature winner. We've got the wood car on fire. All right, now here the field goes. We got lights out now. We are Dwarf Car Racing off of turn 4. Your leader, Michael Villanueva. Now here comes Holtzman in the 999 machine, making a pass for the bottom. Holtzman now up to your leader. Here comes Thiel in a 21 up top off of turn 2. We have 3 wide down the 4 wide down the back straightaway. 4 wide down into turn 3. We are 3 wide for third off of turn 4. We have Holtzman, Thiel, Armstrong, Doty, and Kennedy. Your top 5. Holtzman, your leader. Here comes Chase Doty. 3 wide off of turn 2. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Doty, Holtzman, Thiel, Armstrong, 4-car battle for the lead. Off of turn 4, we got 3 wide once again for second. Chase Doty, the 2X is your leader. Followed by the 01 of Armstrong, the second, 21 of Thiel, the 999 of Holtzman. Doty, Armstrong, Thiel, Holtzman, and Mayfield. We got 1 car around. Lights out now. Chase Doty leading the field down into turn 3. We've had a 4-car battle for the lead. Now we have green flag racing. Finally back into the action. Here comes Mayfield up top. Taking away third. Pushing the cushion up on 1 and 2. We got Doty, Armstrong, Mayfield, Thiel, and Holtzman all duking it out. Down in there. Doty, your leader, as they battle for second down behind them. Mayfield and Armstrong duking it out as they race down into 1 and 2. Here comes the number 5 machine looking to join the mix and make it a 5-car battle. Armstrong, Mayfield, Thiel, and Holtzman all within reach of second place, while your leader, the 2X of Chase Doty, pulls away. Mayfield now up to second, Armstrong in third. Armstrong looking to cross him up off of turn 2, make it to his door, but he will not. Armstrong running third, Thiel in fourth, and Holtzman in 5th. Chase Doty, your leader. Open it up to about a half straightaway lead, followed by the 1X of Mayfield, Armstrong, Thiel, and Holtzman. Doty still open in the gap as the front of the pack slowly starts to space out. But no, here comes Holtzman looking topside. And now Thiel on the bottom off of turn 2. Battling door to door with Armstrong for third. Racing down into turn 3. Thiel on the bottom. Armstrong up top as they come out of turn 4. Armstrong will keep third by a nose. Thiel on the bottom. Armstrong up top. Racing off of turn 2. Thiel has the edge down the back straightaway, moving to third. Armstrong to fourth. Holtzman still in 5th. Chase Doty in the 2X picking his way through lap traffic. Now being joined by Mayfield in lap traffic. Oh, we got 1 car around in 3 and 4. I believe that is Stephen Covey or Matthew Covey, but we'll keep it going. Green flag action. We got the 2X of Chase Doty still opening up a gap. These lap cars are helping them out, almost a straightaway advantage. 1X of Mayfield weaving his way through 3 wide between 2 lap cars down the back straightaway. As they come across the stripe now, I believe they have 8 down and 7 to go. Doty, Mayfield, Thiel, Armstrong, and Holtzman still your top 5. Chase Doty with an enormous lead crossing the stripe. Almost a straightaway lead. As lap traffic now starts duking it out for extra points. Mayfield making up a lot of ground on Doty. About a half straightaway advantage now. as the 1X of Mayfield is looking to run Doty down. Way back in third place is John Thiel, Armstrong in fourth, and Holtzman still in fifth. I believe that is a 2A of Armstrong Jr. looking to challenge Holtzman for fifth place now as they cross the stripe. Chase Doty still your leader. Mayfield slowly running them down, closing that gap, banging the bottom around the track. Doty taking the long way around, pushing the cushion. We got one up and over the cushion into the wall in turn 2. But he keeps it going back on the track. Covey gets back on pace. We may have a battle off of turn 4 now. We have the 999 of Holtzman and 2A of Armstrong Jr. battling for fifth. Now racing into turn 1 and 2. Holtzman crossing them up on the bottom. Armstrong Jr. up top off of turn 2. Armstrong Jr. takes fifth down the back straightaway. Holtzman now falling back to sixth. Now look at Mayfield in the 1X machine closing that straightaway lead down to 3 car lengths. Doty in that 2X coming off of turn 4. Mayfield in the bottom. We'll see if loud traffic will work to Mayfield's advantage. Doty up top, Mayfield on the bottom. They go 3 wide past Kennedy off of turn 2. As now they race down the back straightaway. Mayfield stuck behind Kennedy, a lap car. Doty open it up an advantage. In a huge move by Mayfield through turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Here they go around Barber, Mayfield, and Doty. 1 and 2, and we've got 2 cars around. Now, in the middle of turn 3, we are green flag racing once again. We'll see Doty and Mayfield duke their heart out. Doty into the infield. Mayfield, your new leader. John Thiel and Armstrong duking it out for second. Now here comes Thiel looking topside off of turn 4. We have 2 laps to go. Mayfield, Thiel, Armstrong Sr. running through 1 and 2. Thiel up to second, Armstrong down to third. Brent Mayfield in that 1X machine coming off of turn 4. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Brent Mayfield hauling it around off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. He caught a big break with Chase Doty pulling into the infield. Racing through turns 3 off of turn 4. The 1X of Brent Mayfield is going to be your Dwarf Club feature winner.